We agreed on many other subjects, and like I said this morning, I'm open and I support the project of a gas pipeline. So I think it's an important project. It's important for the west of Canada, and this project is I'm open to it. But the project of an oil pipeline, right now, there's no social acceptability in Quebec. So it's not only my decision, it has to be a decision from Quebecers.
No, we had discussions today, and we'll continue to have discussions. Listen, it's no secret our stance, and we're in disagreement with respect to a project like an economic corridor, moving resources, oil essentially from east to west. But there are other energy sources as well, other resources really that we would look at moving through such a corridor. So we are in disagreement, but thankfully we are in the same room, ensuring that we are having discussions that are in the best interest of Canadians and representing the people that we represent as well. I have of the opinion as Premier of Saskatchewan that I would like to see the sustainable resources that are produced in Saskatchewan, for example, using carbon capture and storage, for example, using zero emissions wellhead sites that are utilizing solar power, for a product that is being produced with a 45% reduction in methane emissions with our methane action plan that is coming into force. I would like to see that product being supplied not only to all Canadians, but being provided to others around the world, maybe adding value to that product in another area of the nation, providing it to the world, offsetting some of the dirtier barrels of oil that are currently being utilized. But listen, where we are in agreement around the table that we are sitting at is that we are in a transitional economy as we look to the years ahead. And we are in an economy where Canadian industries, whether it be manufacturing industries in Quebec or Ontario, or natural resource mining and energy industries in Western Canada, are among the leaders in the world when it comes to utilizing innovation and driving the carbon content down in the materials that they are producing, that we are ultimately exporting to other areas of the world. And we have opportunities to actually share that innovation, hopefully through, for example, Article 6 of the Paris Accord as we move forward, to share that innovation through commerce so that we can actually make a difference in taking carbon out of the products that we're producing worldwide. This is what I have always said Canada has to offer. We'll continue with our discussion on how we are able to, in our case, get our product in Canada to other Canadians and around the world. We firmly believe that it should be provided and available to offset some of those products that are being delivered into Canada, being purchased in Canada, but also make it available to other areas of the world as well to battle what is not a Saskatchewan challenge in climate change, not a Quebec challenge in climate change, not even a Canadian challenge, but it's a global challenge, and we most certainly need to think globally as we move forward.
Pleased to announce that Alberta is taking bold leadership to advance free trade within Canada, to create jobs and prosperity in our province and across the country by eliminating half of our province's exceptions under the Canada Free Trade Agreement in an unprecedented and bold step towards Canadian free trade. For too long, Canadians have lost tens of billions of dollars of potential wealth because of trade barriers between our provinces and territories. It's easier to move goods and services, or workers and professionals, between the 28 sovereign countries of the European Union than between the 10 provinces and 3 territories of Canada. That's just wrong. It makes all of us as Canadians poorer. That's why it was important that 2 years ago, provinces negotiated the Canada Free Trade Agreement to aspire to a greater degree of free trade, knocking down many barriers. But unfortunately, the former New Democrat government of Alberta immediately loaded on over 10 new exceptions, created huge and sweeping exceptions to the effect of that Canadian trade agreement. Well, today, Alberta's new government is taking a different approach that's open to trade within Canada, because we want to realize the dream of the founders of Confederation, of Canada as an economic union from coast to coast. We are eliminating 13 of the 27 exceptions filed under the Canada Free Trade Agreement by the Government of Alberta, including all of those related to procurement. This is a good deal for Alberta taxpayers. It means there will be more competition for bidding on contracts in the province of Alberta. That means lower costs and savings for taxpayers.
It's an expensive thing for us to know that we charge the equivalent because of internal barriers to trade in this country, about a 7% tariff on our people. And we need to move forward rapidly and ambitiously, and that's the commitment I'm hearing from my colleagues today. So I'm tremendously pleased about that. The progress has been glacial over the last number of years. I think that glacier's starting to melt, and that's really good, but more needs to be done. The process that we agreed to remove today that makes it difficult for provinces to remove exceptions is a really important aspect of this. We have still a number of exceptions in our country that allow provinces to preferentially purchase or to offer advantage that shouldn't be there, that limit the ability of those provinces, in fact, to give the best deal to their taxpayers and their ratepayers. The biggest change has to happen also at the federal level, where there are more exceptions than anywhere else. And so we need to make sure that we make this an issue in the upcoming federal election, that we encourage all candidates who want to take over the leadership of this country or maintain it